what is there not to talk about, bro? How to go for cinco?
Fuck Cinco de Mayo, bro.
Okay, that was that great conversation. That's a whole podcast right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Cinco de Mayo, bro. I went to work, man. This is how bad this shit was. I went back to work and like they asked me a question Monday. I was just kind of like, no, you gotta pay for it.
Hmm.
Like every question they asked me, I was like, no, you gotta pay for it. They're like, I'm not asking you that. I'm like, oh, I guess it's the PTSD from fucking Cinco de Mayo, bro. That shit sucks.
Uh,
Especially when you work in a serve and like we do, we work in a restaurant industry and shit like that. Like you can't just sit there and be like, hey, you gotta pay for this shit. Like like you gotta know how to talk to them and shit. But you get to a point where you're kind of like, um,
no.
you gotta pay for it.
Hmm.
You order it, you pay for it.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go out of my way and not make you pay for it after you ate it. And just because you finished and you said, "Oh, this wasn't enough," well, maybe you shouldn't be eating like that. You know
Ask
what I
for something
mean?
larger.
Like order some small. Fuck.
Um,
But
nah, it was very eye revealing that like it's what we used to think was something growing up. I thought Cinco de Mayo was something important, and I was looking, but that helped me kind of like look into history. And one thing that a lot of people have a hard time accepting that history tends to repeat itself. So like a lot of the things that we once told ourselves, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," next thing you know, you find yourself doing that. It's there's a lot of things that you know the fine line between pride and being proud of who you are. Pride, plays a role. You know,
but you notice that the older you get, you realize that they don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo in Mexico.
right? That's the thing. Then
A lot of people
but
think
that's
that,
how you find out. Because like to me, I was like, let me look into the whole history of Cinco de Mayo.
yeah.
And so, because then once you go to Central America, you get you don't know their history, but then all of a sudden you find yourself on like Independence Day or something like that, which is celebrated so. When is it? Uh,
You
yeah,
don't even know.
Mexico was liberated in September 16th. So like around that time, you know, you would see on Univision, like Feliz Dia de Independencia, but I said Mexico, like all these other countries, you know, and then you wonder like, okay, so why are we celebrating Cinco de Mayo again?
Well, they celebrated Cinco de Mayo that the Mexicans whooped the French's ass.
That's about it. But
That's it.
that
Because Cinco de Mayo is not even Mexico Independence Day.
right. No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's the crazy thing about it. Like
Hmm.
people just think, oh, it's Independence Day in Mexico. No, it's not. People are like pretty much like just celebrating that Mexico whooped some ass and we defended our country. You know what
Um,
I mean?
that too. But
It's
I feel like there's other, you know, U.S. is probably one of the countries, one of the world's more like, I don't know. Every month they have something that involves alcohol.
well in America.
Yeah.
Well, especially in the South, I feel like if you work long hours and shit like that, and you get a little free time, you're gonna go have a drink.
But if you think about what the history of Louisiana is like, it sits between Texas and Mississippi, which is like known as, states that are known as the Bible Belt. And then next thing you know, they They just kind of, I don't know, they're very religious states, and then Louisiana's like not. It's Catholic, but it's got its own thing. Matter of fact, the amount of alcohol that came through New Orleans was probably the reason why why I survived.
I guess.
I don't
But
know, but
another cool thing about Cinco de Mayo was
cool
the
or how dreadful it was.
the Mexicans literally ransacked army intercepted the superior French army in Puebla as they attempt to make their way to Mexico City, forcing the French to retreat back to America. That's why there's so many French in the southern part of the United States.
Right.
Because Mexicans were like, oh, nope, get out of our country. You ain't coming in here to try to fucking take over. Like, no.
You
Like, I mean,
think?
huh?
You think?
I mean, don't think about. I'm not saying it's like in a bad way or anything, but there is French
Yeah, but that's
in.
because they came from like Canada, and then they were like called the Acadians, and they came from like.
That's how they end up in Louisiana, bro.
But yeah, they came
Fucking
to,
coon asses.
but
Wait,
they.
it's not a
No,
bad thing. You know what I'm
but
saying?
like they made the best of what they could. They're already like expert trappers. There's a bunch of wood down here, so um, yeah, man, the business was booming for them. And I've heard that like there's families that control like the Mississippi. I'm not gonna say their name. I'd rather not. But it's like if you don't have that last name, you can't transport shit on that Mississippi River. That's how deep they run. Like
No, the bourgeois. That's a very common last name in Louisiana.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau.
Um,
What else?
mm, go true.
Gotro.
But you know what? I've noticed that like Gaucher, yeah. Wait, what? Poche. Yeah, that's French as hell.
Like poche.
And then
Sounds to me like pussy.
no go true. I think it if I'm we can look it up, but like go true is another version of gaucho.
Gaucho?
Yeah, like like our that's a common last Hispanic name, but go true. I don't know.
Fucking Cinco de Mayo, bro. I don't know. But
Wait, for real? Kids get May 5th off from school in Mexico. That is. Schools are closed. Yeah.
read that shit. The United States Congress recognized the history significance of Cinco de Mayo. However, like Mexico, it's not a federal holiday here. So banks, schools, and business stay open for the day, which in America they do as well. But they go into Mexican restaurants and get fucked up or just have a reason to drink because it's Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah. But do you think Texas celebrates Cinco de Mayo like the way Louisiana does it?
I'm pretty sure the whole country. Look, let's search it. Hold on.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like alcohol runs so deep in Louisiana, you will never be able to get rid of it, bro. Like if you think about it, these
But I have a question though.
because okay, wait, what you got?
Why black people celebrate Cinco de Mayo? And I'm not being racist. I'm not being nothing. I'm just saying
Why? I don't know, bro. I couldn't tell you.
because you know us being in the service industry and the
Okay,
restaurant business.
okay. But look,
That's
before
why.
we get into that, check it out. There used to be a little spot called No Man's Land in Louisiana, which was it wasn't owned by Louisiana or the U.S. It wasn't owned by Texas. It was just some land, no man's land. There you had like old school pirates that would show up, and like there was one of the last spots where true pirates like from the sea would hang out. Those places ended up becoming like the port cities. They probably don't exist no more because of how much water damage has been done throughout the years. But if you think about it, that it's the delta. So like anything that was trying to come up from like from south on north, right? You had like there was only one way to transport all this alcohol.
So you think alcohol is the reason why Cinco de Mayo it's celebrated?
I think it can be like honestly, what's mostly consumed on
So
Cinco de Mayo?
pretty much so.
Margaritas and beer.
Okay, so pretty much
You
like
throw some queso in there,
okay, so
greasy food. Oh, bro, you bound to have a good time.
okay, so you're saying the French got defeated and they went back home and they're like, yeah, we whooped those Mexicans' ass.
Uh-huh.
So let's all get fucked up and drink alcohol.
No, I'm just saying.
But think about it this way: what if they had tequila and those?
Because the French, they're wine drinkers. The French love they wine.
Ooh. But they do got some that love tequila, like you said. Maybe they went to Mexico, they got their hands on some tequila, and they brought it back.
Oh, and they got cognac. I forgot. That's the shit.
Kanye.
I love me some cognac. Gotta have it.
But you can't drink for the next
What?
5 years.
10 months.
But I'm proud of you. You're doing your shit. There's no
Yeah.
alcohol for you.
No, I feel better. I was just telling somebody that like today I seem more driven. I'm so sorry. I told this dude too. No eating while recording.
No, everyone recorded before you sharing a fucking protein bar.
Bro, I'm supposed to be wearing these goddamn things. So I'm gonna try to
You want to see how you look? Look. Look at the camera.
not bad.
You look like Hope. From Fuerza Regida.
I don't know who
You
that
should
is.
just shave a beard off.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Fuerza Regida is?
I've heard of them, but I don't know. Like, I probably know a couple songs of them. But
Look at
no, but alcohol runs so deep that like,
Look,
you
fuck
know,
it. Let's Google it. Let's.
well,
How?
wait, right here will tell you some of it because no man's land. No, because no man's land. It's between Texas and
I don't know. We can still go visit it.
it's still there, but you see, home to outlaws, bandits, pirates, and brave pioneers. The souls of a larger than life, and so are their stories. These dudes were legends that would pop up over there. You imagine how badass of a person you had to be to know to how to navigate those lands? Because it was you couldn't you had to have your own crew. You had to probably have like loyal dudes that like were willing to die for you because it's like there's no king, there's no. Remember on Pirates of the Caribbean, Tortuga Island,
Turtle Island?
like the Tortuga. It was like an island where they just had pure debauchery going on, like they was drinking and people throwing bottles and basically. So yeah, yes.
We should take a little trip one day
For what,
just to go see what the fuck is up.
bro? It's a big area. You can't travel in one day. You see, it's all along And the thing about the highways,
They run straight through it.
mm-mm, it's parallel to it, so you never really cross into it. Or it's still
Yes, you do. What you mean you don't cross through it?
no, because the highway, what it does is you think you keep when we like let's for example, you're going up to Shreveport, right? The highway doesn't ever go like that far out. It starts right here, like Baton Rouge or somewhere right here, and then comes out. You go west a little bit, and then you shoot up north.
No, but if you're going to Texas, you go straight through it.
Houseway. I mean, yeah, but to this day, like that doesn't like. Well, should I say this place doesn't exist no more? It's all
The mental.
no. Like at
No.
one point in history, yes, it was all debauchery.
See
Just
what they say.
we really about to play this?
Nation. The United States of America in 1803 negotiated one of the greatest land deals in the history of civilization by purchasing the
Man, pause
Louisiana
this.
Territory.
Look for the drunk version of this shit because somebody will probably tell you stories about how like some dude just made like I don't know
You want to know some crazy ass shit?
what's up.
So, I used to work for this construction company, right?
Okay.
And I had this dude, he was very like tweaked. Like he was like on some other shit, bro.
Oh Lord.
And
Like me?
no. You're normal.
Okay.
Well, this guy has some stories, so I had to work with him. I was his like chalan. I was his like helper. You know what I mean? And we would just sit there, work, whatever. And he'd usually tell me stories about how in the early 1970s, in the bayous, they used to have planes that will fly over the bayou, and they drop bundles of fucking drugs into the bayou.
Yeah, that happened.
And he will go and pick it up and bring it to its final location. And I recently found out that what's that drug dealer's name that the DEA kind of fucked him over? Barry Seal. He made all that money for the DEA, and the DEA kind of was like, "Oh, it's time for you to go," and they pretty much just killed him.
You sure that's what happened?
I mean, what else would it happen? If you work for the government, but though we're gonna have the FBI.
Bro.
FBI, open the door.
Oh.
Sorry. Why do I know the name Jason Statham?
Sounds like a white person's name.
No, Jason Statham is the actor. Baldy.
Anyways, but yeah. So, pretty much the DA paid him because he used to fly those.
Did you watch this off a movie?
No, I literally watched a WBRC documentary they did on him in the early fucking like
'Cause
80s,
you know
70s.
they made a movie about it.
I guess
American Made.
that's what it's called, American Made.
You should check it out.
Yeah.
The crazy part is like
no, like the documentary were actually showing footage of him going to Colombia and fucking the DEA had cameras hitting in his plane while the Colombians were loading him up with drugs.
Yeah, right.
And he was just flying either to Miami, but whenever he used to get to Miami, he didn't have no drugs.
Right. Because he was dumping in the
Well,
yeah, like no, Louisiana has that thing where like it's bro, it's to me it's crazy because nobody understands how deep, not corruption, but like I don't want to call it wickedness because what's beep, but like the thing is like it's very weird how what you consider is right could be considered someone like, oh, that's very unfair. How can you think like that? But Louisiana has this thing where like we do not give a fuck. like, um, it has no boundaries, honestly, and that's one thing that I tell people. Like, um, and Louis, like somebody once said, if when somebody in the north wants to make money,
They come to the south.
or they may want to make a quick buck. That's what the motherfucker told me. He said, Mr. Booty, when anybody from the north wants to make a quick buck, they come down south. Basically saying that, like, um, it's so easy to take money from people's hand down south that we're stupid or something like that.
Yeah, because the south has that.
Yeah, no,
They
but
have that money from.
but the thing, it's kind of hard to explain because each state has its own story. Texas, being one of the most um like conservative states that there is, they're very like all the other states throughout. They have to be like that because of the region of where they at.
Yeah.
Only a Texan is going to know what. And the same goes for all the other states like Arizona and New Mexico. Everything that's along the border, you can only imagine the issues that lie there, and no one has even uncovered. So how can you use that to say that Louisiana has the same problems as them, and when we're just one state over?
But I mean, we might be like the people. A lot of different states might think that our state is shitty looking. It's the most shittiest, trashiest state in the country.
Well,
But it's one of the richest states in the country, bro.
yeah, because we have petroleum.
We have production that we got. How you call it? I don't know that word called. Whenever like we got things that other states want and they don't have. You see what I mean? We produce so much petroleum in the state of Louisiana, then I might have to do my research to get my facts straight. It might be off, but we might produce the majority of the petroleum for the whole country in
Okay.
Louisiana.
Okay.
I had a conversation with somebody a while back where they said that there's literally like 3 or 4 rich families in the state of Louisiana,
Mm.
which means they own a lot of things in the state of Louisiana,
Right.
and it all goes back to petroleum.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like some people would say, like if it wasn't for the oil, how many jobs wouldn't there be? And that's just true. And that's the whole politics thing where like, um, you have people who say like, petrol, we have to do this, and then you have people who say we don't have to do this, and and then they come to you, and then you're like, hey, like, what's the move? Like, are you with it or are you not? And sometimes the thing that kind of saves us from all the trouble is just being like, look, don't bother me about it.
Yeah,
um,
but I don't know. I feel like Louisiana has like a lot of like hidden gems
yeah,
throughout the state.
that
You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand it. And me not being like I wasn't born in the country.
mm-hmm.
I had to learn. Well, I learned the state of Louisiana just by doing my own personal research.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's like many things that had happened over time, and they all like connects to drug trafficking.
Yeah.
It's bad. They call one of the most wanted drug dealers, cartel members from Mexico here in Louisiana, the La Barbie.
They caught him here? No.
Like he used to supply shit here in the state
Okay.
because he has charges here. He has charges in Texas. Pretty much all the states down to the Gulf Coast.
Mm-hmm.
He got charges because that's how he operated, and he all links back to Louisiana.
Yeah. What? Who was he working for?
I don't want to say the name,
Okay.
but yeah, he was deep in that shit.
Not Barbie.
Yeah,
That's the same dude that got accused of like killing all the immigrants. So he came in like in a nice polo shirt.
No. You talking about? Watch, I'll search it for you.
Yeah, that guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They all linked all that shit to him because, hey, if I'm smuggling hundreds of illegals and they die in an 18-wheeler,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm trying
Yeah.
to clean my hands. I'm trying to be like, hey, look, he pays me. He's the one who told me to put them in there. I didn't know they were there. So they're always going to try to link it to somebody that's already in jail. No matter what.
Mm.
It's fucked up. But they got themselves in that situation to be blamed for other people's fuck ups. You see what I mean?
Mm.
It's
You knew this guy?
no.
This guy.
So yeah. Boy, smart as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, smart as hell, bro. You'll see Louisiana pop up on there sooner or later. Sorry, he's over there reading.
Mm.
It's just they're trying to blame everything on everybody. You see what I mean? And it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Sorry.
That's true. But
It's like they're always trying to blame everybody for something that maybe that person has nothing to do with it. Maybe like it's like if you go outside and you shoot somebody, right?
mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh no, he shot him. And I'm over here like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I didn't shoot nobody. You were walking out of my business and you went ahead and wanted to shoot somebody, so you shot him.
Right.
It's the same thing with all this drug trafficking and shit.
Well, I always knew
It's
that there was like a bunch of drug trafficking because like, well, what? Like when I used to come, I think I told you, huh? Like when I used to come from Mississippi, when I stayed out there,
yeah.
we drove from over there to Baton Rouge during the week every day, except for Saturday, sometimes on Saturdays too. From like we leave like at 6 in the morning, something like that. Come back like at 8. We had to do that shit for like maybe 3-4 months. And then those 3-4 months, every like other third week or maybe like some random day of the month, there was at least one truck that like would catch fire on the side of the road. And
Yeah.
that was like in the Covington, Mandeville
Area.
and I was like, I already know what's going on. These dudes, they just burned the trailers, you know.
They get the shit out and then burn it.
Mm-hmm. But somebody's already waiting on the side of the road.
Oh.
How these guys they jump from whatever car? That's some like fucking Fast and Furious type shit. You know, like Don Toretto when he's like, you know, like hanging on, and then just right before he finds what's his name, he finds out that he's a cop. Because these guys, I don't know, when you there's nobody standing there to waiting for the truck to finish, right? And be like, oh, I need to grab my shit. They're gone. You know, they burned the cabin because that's where all the prints would be. So,
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. I don't know. I feel like some countries should just like not blame other countries for whatever is happening at home. You see what I mean?
yeah.
And like I feel like once they put that energy into something that's really happening in your own country, like don't worry about what other countries are doing. Like just like you're struggling, that's the country.
But the yes and no, because like if we want to compare struggles, like Dubai doesn't have the same problems as we do.
Who?
Dubai,
Dubai?
Dubai, like the country, you know.
It's crazy how it became a country in like less than 20 years.
Well, the whole thing was just based on the idea that like I don't know, like these were families that have accumulated like generations and generations of wealth. I don't think, and the thing is, like all the wealth is kept within the family because they all, decide to have like some type of weird connection. I don't know. Don't want to get into those details, but like it's just weird how like they, most of the like the Saudi Arabia family, um, they're in the trillions.
Oh, yeah, they got money, bro. Like I think that's one of the coolest countries to ever
Yeah,
visit.
but like, shouldn't we be learning off them, or should they?
I feel
Because look at like you look at our country, we have like a free will country. Like we are free to do whatever we want within the legal boundaries of whatever it is. If you have a private home, you can get away with doing certain things because the idea that it is your place, you can do whatever. But if I decide to build a rocket in the my backyard or
you're
something
gonna
like
have the FBI knocking on your door.
right, because they're gonna be like, why would you want such a thing?
Yeah.
But the thing like it all bounds down back to alcohol, bro. Like I'm going on a rant here. Alcohol is destroying our communities like a motherfucker. Like I saw my one of my high school teachers. He posted something recently where he was like, "Hey, been alcohol free for a year and a month now. Thank you to my my significant other, who's been at for there for support." And I thought to myself, man, if he's doing that at a later age, at a later time in his life, you know, I guess I must be on a good track. Because like to me, the whole alcohol thing has been kind of like, it's I'll do it again. Don't get me wrong, but
Be smart about it.
yeah, yeah,
Because you're not 21. You're not 18. You're
mm-mm.
about to turn 30. So it's like, it's up from that. It's down from that. If you don't get your shit by that time you're 30, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be looking back at 40 doing the same shit.
That's
And you're
true.
going to be like, oh, damn. And next thing you know, you're going to look like that teacher
Mm-hmm.
posting about, oh, I've been alcohol free for a year when you're 50 years old.
Right.
You see what I mean? Instead of taking 20 steps back, fuck it, take the first step. Learn how to drink.
But the crazy part for me is like these countries,
What
they may not
countries?
like these.
Dubai.
Yeah, these most of like okay. They don't drink. They're all like, I don't know if you knew, but like the Muslims can't drink. Like a true Muslim or person that's like, or any Arab country that has,
Bro, I met so many Muslims,
uh
and
and
they're
they,
hardcore Muslims,
yeah,
and they get full of that liquor, bro.
I know because
But
they,
they only do it like once or twice a year.
I guess, un pecado al año no hace daño, type shit,
Yeah. Same shit, bro. I feel you, though. I got that.
But like over there, depending on what country we're talking about, because I'm not like there's some countries that they're like Muslim, and they pull with shit. But, in Saudi Arabia, have fun trying to get a drink because you're not supposed to. I mean, there's places that they'll do it for the right price. There's la gente que se ven, you know. No offense.
I will lose my shit. If I'm on vacation, I'm in Dubai, and I can't have a drink,
Bro.
I think I'd be all right.
Okay, I was about to say.
But I see what you mean, though. I see what you mean. I see you got a good point right there. All right, if Dubai was able to build a fucking, if Dubai was able to build a future on sand for not drinking, the problem in America is drinking. Vicios. Yeah, boy. They will find a solution to what's it called? Inflation way.
Yeah.
No more alcohol, guys.
No more alcohol, bro.
Fuck that shit.
Right. I will
Well,
drink
see?
again. Don't get me back. Don't get me wrong. I will be back.
I'll keep them in check.
Please do, bro. I don't want to ever go back to those days.
It's all about maturing, bro.
Yeah.
And learning how to.
Because my issue was that, like,
You were going through some shit.
I mean, you know,
Yes.
like,
You gotta admit what you were doing wrong. And why you were drinking so much.
Bro. I just think, ugh, that's weird. Ugh.
You just gotta think about it, bro. You gotta think about it that way. Once somebody admits what they doing wrong, that's making them do something that is not helping them get better in life. I can fix it.
Yeah.
You gotta put yourself in a different mentality that, oh, I want that. Fuck that. I'd rather go buy me some more fishing gear.
Right.
You see what I mean?
I did.
No
I bought me a
shit.
rod, bought me some boxes. The only time I buy alcohol right now is just when this, like, crazy cousin of mine, like, tells me, hey, bring some beer. And, you know, I was just like, yeah, bro, got you. But,
Yeah.
you know.
But you can't drink.
Yeah, I know. Who said it was you? Right? No one said anything about it.
Motherfucker, I'm the only cousin that takes and be like, hey, what's that? Can you bring me some beer?
Okay, but you have to put yourself out there like that.
I don't care.
I said one crazy cousin, man. You know how many cousins I got?
Bruh.
Right.
Hey. Well, I'm sitting here drinking a fucking Modelo.
Right. I did not know this cousin. Nah, not him. He'll never ask me for no shit like that. He respects me.
Yeah.
Hey man, you. I know you're not supposed. Oh,
I'm telling you, bro, there's a fucking ghost in this bitch. She's like, get the fuck out.
for real?
No. But,
It's been doing that lately.
yeah, well, Selena bought this doll. It's like over the way over there in the corner.
Bro, here you go.
Real shit, and it makes noise, bro.
That's my witch. I
Yeah.
actually redressed her. She was dressed like a court jester, and had the what's that OG gangster movie?
Chucky.
No, like that had like classical music in it.
Oh, The Godfather. I had to play the song.
Music box.
Mm-hmm.
She's creepy as fuck.
Oh, like.
Anybody play that shit.
I'm waiting for that bitch to just come flying at me. I'm gonna be like, bitch. That thing looks at me. Dude, I'm gonna tackle it.
Maybe.
Oh, it just moved. Why is it move, bruh? It just did like it's supposed to do that.
She's staring at me right now.
So it is turning.
Hmm.
It is turning.
Mm-hmm.
Do something already.
What the fuck?
It is turning.
It's gonna look at you in a little bit.
All right, so Saudi family 1.4 trillion dollars.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Four
Isn't
times combined value to the two world's top billionaires.
how many?
Four times the combined value of two of the world's top billionaires. Meanwhile, the net worth of Tesla fund is estimated 236 2036 1 billion.
Microsoft founder Bill Gates at $119.7 billion,
Jeez.
and they can't help the poor.
Well, it's at that point. It's not about. It's like, look at it this way. These guys kind of snake their ways up to being that. They were connected. There were people who knew how to maneuver through society at a alarming rate. They ended up just kind of like taking over. Whatever they could and got away with it.
But if you think about it like this, if the country is struggling like it is, right? And we got Jeff Basso. What's his last name? Basil?
Vessel.
Basil, right? Or Basil? Basil.
Vessel.
Whoa. Jeff
Like
Basil?
vessel. Yeah.
Shut up. Faggot.
Why would you
Wait.
say that?
Bruh.
Why
Like
would
a
you
cigarette,
say
you know, Europe.
that?
That's how they call a cigarette.
Okay.
Yeah, they call it
Okay.
fag.
Yeah. Got fog.
Yeah, fag.
Got fog on you.
Hey, you fag. Give
No,
me a
no.
cigarette. Hey, you fag.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you call me a cigarette?
Right.
In America, we call it a cigarette. Well, in England, we call it a fag.
Man.
What you looking at? You?